Hate is a compliment. That means that they took time out of their day to not only look at you, but talk about you. Hey, welcome to the reintroduction of you. Whether it's your first time or you're returning, I just want to thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me today. On this channel, we learn to fall back in love with the closets that we have by decluttering, by learning our personal style, so that way we can invest in the things that are going to make us happy, make our hearts sing for years and years to come. This is not an anti-shopping channel. I repeat, this is not an anti-shopping channel, but I am anti-excess, I am anti-overspending, and I am anti-you having a terrible closet. Nobody should have to settle for mediocre. You, yes, you deserve the best. So if that's something that you're interested in, I say stick around. So today we're going to actually talk about style, learning our personal style. So if you were to Google learn your personal style, or even get on YouTube and put in the search learn your personal style, you will be overwhelmed by the amount of information that is out there. Very good information, but I'm actually going to approach it in a little bit of a different way. Not necessarily telling you how to develop your personal style, but more so you being completely comfortable in learning, developing, or refining your personal style. So I want to break this down into 3 categories. And the first category that we'll talk about are those people who always have known their personal style. I'll tell you, I actually had a friend from high school that was wearing power suits and sensible heels when we were in high school, while everybody else was wearing, Nike windbreaker tracksuits and, cross colors. We were looking at her like, girl, where you going? But even to this very day, even if she's going to Walmart, she is put together. I think the thing that can be troublesome for people who already know their personal style is trying to modernize it. Or even sometimes our bodies change. Our bodies change and we're like, how do we dress this new body? And the reason why I bring them up in talking about developing or honing in on personal style, even though they know their personal style, we are bombarded with information about what's trendy, what's on trend, because there are always talking heads that's telling you, do this, do that, wear this, wear that. And I'm guilty of saying it just the same, what's on trend. And so when you walk into your bedroom and you look in your bedroom mirror and you aren't wearing anything trendy or fashion forward according to what everybody on the internet is saying, you're like, man, I don't know that I want to look like I'm stuck in some other era, that I'm not fashion forward. So I encourage you to embrace your personal style, even if it isn't necessarily on trend. And the reason why is because you are always on trend. You being amazing, you feeling your best, that's always on trend. The next category that we'll talk about is the category of folks who are still trying to figure it out. For one reason or another, they have not really figured out what their personal style is. And so they continue on a journey of trying to figure out the things that they love and the things that they don't love. To you, I would encourage you to experiment. I would encourage you to just really go out there and just play with all of it. Put on the clothes and figure out what makes you feel amazing. And then the things that make you feel like, you don't want to feel, you want to feel amazing, but you have to kind of get out there and experiment. Get on Pinterest, get on YouTube, get on Instagram and see, what's out there, how people are putting things together. And then you can do that with the pieces that are in your own closet. We sometimes can look at influencers, Instagram, YouTube, the people around us even, and they have on something and we try it out. It may not work for us or make us feel our best, and then we stop trying. You got to keep trying. You got to keep trying the things. One thing may not work. The second thing may not work. The third thing may not. It can keep going, but eventually you are going to find the thing that when you slip it onto your body, you're going to go, oh, what's your name? Oh, that's me. You're going to feel like thing. Keep trying, keep experimenting. Make sure you experiment in places that have a good return policy, by the way. But I have a really good friend of mine who her life has been very casual. She's also a marathon runner. She ran the New York City Marathon. Yes, ma'am, that was my friend. But she wears a lot of athletic gear, a lot of athletic wear, and she's now like, man, I just want to bring it up a little bit, take it up a notch. I want to be more sassy, more classy. And she says, Osceola, you always have on these jumpsuits. And she's like, I wish I could wear a jumpsuit. And I was like, but you can. And she's like, I just think I would look like the penguin from Batman. Yes, this girl said the penguin from Batman. And every time she would say that, I just stare at her. But I encouraged her, try the jumpsuit, try. So she ended up going out. Well, I don't think she went out, but she went out on the internet and ended up ordering like 4 jumpsuits. And guess what? One of them she felt amazing in. And I saw a picture of her and she looked damn good too. But she would not have known that had she not tried the things. Had she not experimented, has she stopped at the first one and be like, they're just not for me because that first one didn't work? No, she kept going. She kept trying. And eventually she hit that diamond in the rough. So 2 things happened. The first thing is that she realized the jumpsuits actually don't make her look like the penguin from Batman. Had she not tried it, she would have continued to think that way. The other thing that she has now is an amazing piece that is now in her closet. Something that she knows she looks good in, feels amazing in, and is pretty fashion forward. But it's not fair for you to try something once or twice and say it's not for you, because fabric makes a difference, cut makes a difference, color can make a difference. You know what can really make a difference? Your mood. It could be the same item, and depending on your mood, it hits different. So just try, keep trying, and eventually you're gonna find something that you really, really love. The third one that we'll talk about is the person who actually knows a lot of different styles, but isn't really committed to any specific one. And that's where I fall. I know how to look chic if I want to look chic. I know how to look street if I want to look street. I know how to be, quiet luxury. I know how to be all of those things. And I have pieces that can fit in all of those categories. But how I dress is based off of my mood. Some days I go into work and I look like I should be running the whole place, the entire place. Come talk to me. You're fired. You're fired. I look like I should be running the whole place. There are other times when I look like I should be an art teacher at a preschool, There are some times where it looks like that I have become one with the earth, that I am ushering in the earths and the spirits and burning incense and sage, because that day, that's what I feel like. There are so many styles out there, and depending on my mood and where I'm going, it can change. That's completely okay. All of those things are me, though. It just depends on my mood and where it is that I'm going. And that's completely okay. So all of those things are okay. No matter whether you fit in category 1, category 2, or category 3, all of those things are okay. What I do encourage you to do, though, whether you are continuing to refine the style that you have, whether you are still learning and trying to develop and figure out where you fit in, or whether you realize that you fit in everywhere, the one thing I will tell you is that confidence is key. When I want to add a just a little funny story. So when MAC Cosmetics actually first really blew up, they've been around for many years, but for some reason in maybe like 2000, 2001, everybody knew what MAC was. It was a household name. And I remember I was at a local MAC store. It was late in the evening, so it was just me and the lead makeup artist. Her name was Denise, sweetest pop. She's an amazing person. And I was just telling her, like, I don't know a lot about color. I don't know a lot about mixing and blending. So I kind of shied away from makeup for that reason, because I just didn't know what I was doing. And she told me, lead makeup artist at MAC. And she actually has she's doing big things with MAC now, like in corporate. But she said to me, she says, you got to experiment. Experimenting is how you learn. And she says, and even if you do something that you know you messed up, nobody is going to know you messed up unless you tell them. So when you walk out the door, you have to carry yourself like that makeup look was actually exactly what you were going for. And I just thought that was so funny, but also those are words to live by. Nobody's going to know that you messed up that outfit. Nobody's going to know that you're experimenting with style. They're not going to know unless you tell them. But when you walk out the door, when you walk out with confidence, your outfit is always going to look banging, because confidence really is the best accessory. So I'm curious, let me know below. Are you number one? Have you always known your personal style? Are you number two, still trying to figure out your personal style, what makes you click and what makes you tick? Or are you number three, just a student of the world, and however the wind blows is how you wear your clothes? As always, I appreciate your time. You could have spent it with anybody else, but you spent it here with me. Have a good week. Bye.